Chapter 14. We must now understand the aspect of the line and thread, kav v'chut, which is drawn from the aspect of the aforementioned reshimu in a manner of particulars. Firstly, we must understand the general matter of the kav, the line, that it is the literal opposite of the aspect of the aforementioned reshimu, impression. This is because a point indicates the concealment and withdrawal of everything so that only a single point remains. Moreover, this point, or impression, specifically indicates an aspect of the absence of spreading down. In other words, the matter of a point is the absence of extension and revelation to a length and width. This is like the form of the letter Yud, which has no inner space, as known. Now, regarding the matter of the tzimtzum of the reshimu from above, in other words, that everything remains in the aspect of a point alone, it is possible that its opposite can come out from this. This is because the result of the tzimtzum is that everything becomes included in the reshimu in a brief and hinted manner, and the like. On the contrary, this is the main cause of all revelation of influence, as mentioned previously. However, at first glance, the fact that this point indicates a complete absence of spreading down certainly could be considered to be a complete and true tzimtzum. That is, it completely hides and conceals, making it impossible for light to come and be revealed below. This being the case, how is it possible that the opposite of this point, which is the drawing down and spreading forth of the kav, the line, can be drawn from it? Rather, as known, the explanation of the matter is that, in truth, a point and a line are not two opposites, for a line is drawn from a point, and by the joining of many points a line is made. Rather, the explanation of the matter as known is that a point is like a hayuli, relative to a line, a kav. It therefore is similar to every type of hayuli or simple substance. This is to say that though it itself is specifically the absence of spreading forth, nonetheless, this is not a necessary imperative altogether, but is rather only because the essential nature of a hayuli is that, as of yet, it is higher than being in an aspect of spreading forth. Therefore, it has not yet descended from its essential state. For example, this is like the hayuli, ability of the soul of an animal to enliven the body in a revealed fashion, as this ability is still included within its essence and has yet to spread forth to enliven the body. Similarly, it is like the hayuli power of movement as it is in the essence before it spreads forth to actually move. This is likewise like the essential power of growth before it spreads forth to cause actual growth. The same is true of the essential power of the intellect before it spreads forth to conceptualize, and there are many other matters similar to this. It is therefore understood that this absence of spreading forth cannot be called a true tzimtzum in and of itself. On the contrary, all subsequent revelations and spreading forth of the line exist from the essential hayuli. In this manner, we may understand the aspect of a point relative to a line. That is, the lack of spreading forth is only because it is an essential aspect that, as of yet, is higher than the aspect of spreading forth. Now, although the reshimu comes about through the tzimtzum of everything, so that nothing remains except for a single point, as mentioned above, however, this itself indicates that the entire aspect of the essence is included in it. Since this is the case, it therefore does not spread forth downward. This is analogous to a student who is in the presence of his teacher. As long as he is preoccupied with absorbing the teachings and is focused, similar to a point, with a concentration, tzimtzum, of his whole essential self, he cannot give out by influencing his fellow student with explanations of the teachings. However, after he has received the teachings, the opposite is true. Then it is from this very tzimtzum in which he was focused in an aspect of a point that influence to his fellow student can spread forth and be drawn out, as explained elsewhere. From all this we understand that the line which extends from the point is just like the aspect of spreading forth from an essential hayuli. However, in regard to the fact that it is drawn out in an aspect of a short line, it is explained elsewhere that just as a point is the aspect of a hayuli relative to a line, likewise a line is the aspect of a hayuli relative to the aspects of the length and breadth of a plane. As known, although the kav comes with a drawing down and spreading forth from above downward, nonetheless it is not yet a specific manner of drawing down or revelation whatsoever. Rather, it is only that the light has been drawn down from above to below. It is through this that the aspect of above and below, from influencer to recipient, come about. This is not the case in regard to the hayuli of a point, in which there is no up or down, beginning, middle or end, as known. This is the meaning of the statement in Eitz Chaim that the whole essential purpose of the radiance of the kav is solely to bring about the aspects of up and down, as will be explained. This kav is analogous to a builder's rod, which is not counted into the measurements of the length and width of the area of the building itself. Nonetheless, with the builder's rod, the builder measures all the measurements of the length and width of the building. However, the builder's rod itself is only like a short line, but it includes all possible measurements of length and width. Likewise, the form of the kav, the line, is an aspect of a hayuli relative to the expanse of the letters and gives them their length and width, such as the lines of the letter bet, as stated elsewhere. According to this, even at the beginning of the extension of the line from the point, although it comes in an aspect of spreading forth and drawing down, nonetheless it is still an aspect of a hayuli, which includes many different ways that a length and width may be drawn out within measure. This is why it is called the kav hamidah, the measuring line as known. This is indicated by its form, which is short in essence and merely issues forth from above to below. Nonetheless, included within this issuance is everything which was concealed in the hayuli of the point, except that it now comes in a way of being drawn down. This ability comes from the power of the essential light, which is concealed in the essential self of the influencer before being concentrated, tzimtzum, into a single point. However, now it comes into revelation solely by way of a line, and not as it originally was in the essential self of the influencer, where it was with the great expanse of the actual essence. In this kav, line, the light of the essence only comes according to the capacity of the recipients. However, it nonetheless possesses a likeness to the light of the essential self that is concealed in the point, except that it now comes into revelation in a manner of being drawn down. It therefore comes in the form of a kav, a line. This kav, line, is the aspect of a hayuli for all the light and influence given to the recipients. This will suffice for those of understanding.